Happy Super Bowl. I don't know who's coming in, but I know that we got some prop bets to talk about. And I just want to go over. It's a nice short show today. Salutations, everybody. Nice short one, 15, 20 minutes. This is strictly for the Super Bowl prop bets. We're going over the best bets. Not necessarily who we think is going to do what. Oh, shit. Fucking hey, Nooch, be quiet. Not necessarily like any one of us could pick anybody. Like, oh, I think Barkley. Oh, I think he'll like. I'm looking for the soft spots in the odds in the lines. The soft spots that I found is the direction which I'm going to go betting. So, what do I mean by that? I'm going to start you off with my first couple. I've been telling my friends about this for a couple hours. All right, first strategy. When it comes to the Chiefs, yes, I'm gonna do something with. You have to pick a side basically, so I'm gonna go with the Chiefs this week for the Super Bowl. Now, I got a big streak going that I got big wins for the Super Bowl, and I'm gonna get to that. But as far as the team, I'm gonna pick the Chiefs. I'm on a winning streak since the Eagles beat the Patriots. That's the last Super Bowl I picked wrong. So we got about 7, 8 in a row, and I'm going with the Chiefs again. And I'm just looking. I'm looking at the board, and I'm thinking of where we could go with the odds and what's jumping out at me. So right away, I'm going to tell you what jumped out at me so much that I have to start in this direction. I believe both teams are going to have to pull out all the stops to win the game. I think it's going to be a war. I think it's going to go right down to the wire. I think there's going to be lead changes, and I think both teams are going to have to get creative, offensively and defensively, in order to pull this game out. With that being said, Saquon Barkley is the best player on the field. Now, if you're Philly, you got to think outside the box. How can we get our best player the ball in space? Well, you look back at last week. He didn't have any catches. However, when you take the first fucking carry, 80 yards, and you're running over him like the way he did, the game takes on its own personality. This week, I fully expect Spagnuolo to throw the kitchen sink at Barkley and the running game. With that being said, I feel so strongly that Saquon Barkley is going to catch a couple balls out of the backfield because what did I just say? You get your best player, the best player in the world, the best player on the field. You get him the ball in space. Anyway, by any means necessary, you get him the ball in space. So if they, little play action, slip screen, bang. Now, Saquon, you see how he takes these runs? It looks like nothing. He goes fucking 90, excuse my language. What if he takes one of these dump offs, 60? His over-under for receiving yards is 12 and a half yards. Let's start there. Saquon Barkley, every other avenue is exhausted. Hear me out. Watch this. We can't get him with rushing yards. They already know that. They already know it's coming. You got to hit him upside the head. Watch this shit, boys. Saquon rushing yards is going to be 1 million. It's going to be 1 million. But that's why we're forward thinkers. We think outside the box. Anticipation. That's what gets you paid. Here we go. Rushing yards. Barkley's at 109.5. If this fucking guy rushes for 108 yards, we lose all our money. No. Receiving. Now, he didn't catch a ball last week. Really? How stiff are you guys on the other side of that screen? Oh, he didn't catch a ball last week. That's what's going to scare you away? No balls, no cojones is going to scare us. It's not scaring me. Barkley, the over/under 12 and a half. We're gonna hit that straight away on its own. But that's not part of the Grand Slam Nucci plan, baby. The Grand Slam Nucci plan. About to say it. So now I looked. Is there a Barkley ladder receiving? No, there's no ladder because he's so fucking dangerous that you'll get killed on the ladder. I'll take Saquon up to 100 yards. They only got one block for him. I looked at Saquon alt receiving yards, hit the block. It's 25 plus, no other increments. At 25 plus, you ready for this, boys? We're gonna talk turkey. We're gonna talk turkey. All receiving yards, Barkley. 25 plus 265. Oh, plus 265. So now let's formulate this shit. So now I just told you, say Sirianni, the boys. What do you do when you have the best Fargan player in the world? You figure out ways to get him the ball in space. That's been established. They're going to get him the ball in space. So he catches 2. He goes over that 25. So we're putting 25 plus for Saquon in there. That's the first thing going. We didn't even take a team. We're not even taking a team till side bets. My grand slam of the year, you just caught one leg of it. You just caught one leg of it. Watch this. Saquon, 25 yards. Why? Because we're forward thinkers. We're anticipating this shit, and it's not that far-fetched for him. He might get 70 receiving yards, whatever the game calls for. Saquon, 25. Wrap it up in a bow. So now, what are we going to put with that? Okay. Now, Fat Andy, best play caller ever. Best play caller. You'll be like, oh, what are the Chiefs going to do? How are they going to pass today? They'll come out, throw the first 11 times of the game. Mahomes will be 10 for 11 to start the game. Then it's like, oh, everybody gets back. And then all of a sudden, Kareem Hunt will run 14 times in a row. That's how Fat Andy rolls. I love him. So with that being said, the receivers have been a roller coaster. Last week, I got burned on Noah Gray. I had him in with a couple catches in a mashed potato stew of a parlay. And that was the only leg that got beat in like 4 or 5 different parlays. Noah Gray, goose egg. Okay. So now I'm looking. You got Hollywood Brown. Worthy's consistent, but he's high ranked because Worthy's supposed to get stuff. You got him. You got Juju. But you got Hopkins, right? Hear me out. Hopkins, another same thing. If you're going to be stiff, you're going to say, well, he didn't catch anything last week. It's fucking DeAndre Hopkins. Hear me out. I believe that we're going to see more of like his first game against the Houston Texans about 6 weeks ago, 4 for 91. I think that's the Hopkins that's going to show up in the Super Bowl. I do. So with that being said, if we go DeAndre, let's see. What's Hopkins' ladder? 25 plus yards, plus 280. Oh, my God. Would he fucking die? What? 280? So, okay, let's stop right there. Oh, Kobe. What's up, Kobe? It's my dog. Come here, Kobe. Come here. I want to get Kobe up here so bad, but I can't. Get over here, Kobe. So watch this. 2-piece Nucci dinner. This is the one. Easy, Kobe. I'll kick your ass. Oh, God damn it. Oh, hey. Get over here. Come here, Kobe. God. So, Saquon Barkley, 25 plus yards. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Get going. I tried to scare him. I love him so much. I can't hit him. Jesus fucking Christ. Get going. So anyway, Saquon Barkley, 25 yards. DeAndre Hopkins, 25 yards. $100 pays $1,054.55. That was my dog bringing good luck. That's Kobe. He's only like 7 months old. Kobe, the Black Mamba. He's my good luck dog. He's great. Just as I was saying that bet, he came down and said something to me. I speak dog. He said, good bet, Johnny. Good bet. This is the one, guys. This is it right here. You put $100 down, and we're going to win $1,054. That's all I'm here for today. This is a nice short one. I just want to give. I'm a fucking giver. I'm a giver. This one's for you guys. Saquon Barkley, 25 yards receiving, because you got to get your best player the ball in space by any means necessary. I'll hammer that point home and make you bet it. You're going to hear me Sunday morning, oh, fucking Nooch, why did I watch that stupid show? Saquon Barkley, 25 yards. We hope for, he could have nothing in the fourth quarter, catch a dump off, and go over. I want to bet like that. I want in on that. Hopkins had zero catches last week. However, a couple weeks back, when I first had him in fantasy, 4 for 91 against Houston, and I looked at that game. Let's just take that as an example. The game that Tank Dell got hurt. Houston, 4 for 91. I looked at the box score. He led the team in receiving. So it's possible. It's possible. So now that led me to start thinking outside the box. So the first bet is in, and it's Super Bowl. We're going a little heavier. $100 wager wins $1,054.55. Saquon Barkley, 25 yards. DeAndre Hopkins, 25 yards. That's it. Receiving, both receiving. Barkley, 25 receiving. Hopkins, 25 receiving. 100 pays $1,000. Now, moving on. We got a couple variations. We got about 4 variations of this bet. Here we go. Part 2, same thing. Watch. Now we're going to let it fucking rip a little bit. Barkley, 25 yards, plus 265. Hopkins, 50. We're going 50. And that's it. I'm not blowing too much on this, but I think I gotta take the shot. I gotta put at least 50 on this. All right, let's see what it pays. Barkley, 25 yards. Hopkins, 50. Now I'm not wasting more. I'll put 20 on this. I'm not gonna get crazy. $20 to win $760. You know what? I'll gladly donate a 20 to science just for being fucking sharp. You know what? You snooze, you lose. You snooze, you lose. Give me that one. So Barkley 25, Hopkins 50, 20 pays 760. Now we'll move on to a couple regular ones. Now we'll move it on. Let me just share this, get this thing out. I just wanted to get a few out real quick. We're going to go over. I found some good ones. You know, Samaje Perine sneaks in the game. He catches dump balls. I checked his receiving yards. His receiving yards are 25 plus is like 450 plus 450. It's nothing for Samaje to catch a couple, especially if Mahomes is driving and it's third downs and fourth downs. I could see Samaje Perine catching a couple. I'm going to check his odds in 1 second. I'm just sharing this. I just got to hit one more share. One more share burger. Let's go. So that one's in. So I got those 2 players. I hammered at home. Barkley receiving outside of the box. Everything else on the line has been exhausted. He's set at 1 million yards rushing, 100 fucking touchdowns. However, they have it like his fucking arms got chopped off. Like Barkley, 25 receiving yards plus 260. Give it to me. And so now I don't want to beat the Hopkins horse because Hopkins is liable to fucking disappear and we just lose that and it's over. So, but if Hopkins goes for 40 or 50, the nooch is in on it. But the bottom line, the 25-25. Barkley 25 receiving, Hopkins 25 receiving, 100 pays 1,000. I'm in on that. So now let's take a peek here. Samaje Perine. There's a couple. Travis Kelce for each half receiving. To his over under, he has to get 24.5 receiving yards each half. It's plus 110 to bet. I'm looking at that. First of all, guys, I'm rooting for the 3-peat. So I'm not doing much with Philly outside of that Barkley receiving shit. You know what, boys? Oh, I got my mom's parlay. My mom has her own parlay. I see a Zelle come in on my phone. She Zelled me 20 that she didn't even have to because she didn't want any excuses. She wanted her parlay in. My mom loves the Chiefs. My mom loves Mahomes, and she's got faith in Kelce because she thinks Taylor Swift is going to root him on to a touchdown. So my mom has the 3-piece parlay. She's got Chiefs money line, Kelsey anytime touchdown, Mahomes anytime touchdown. $20 or 20 to wins $277.77. It's a pretty fun one. It's a fun one. If I'm a Chiefs fan, I'm liking that. But like I got a $15 wager. It wins $1,000. Kansas City money line, Hopkins 50 yards, Barkley 25. That 15 pays 1,000. That's in. I mean, these are pretty crazy payouts, boys. These are crazy payouts. And I went safer too. I went Hopkins 25 yards receiving, Barkley 12 and a half. $100 pays $509. Even for that one. Barkley's got to go over 12 and a half. Hopkins got to get over 25. 100 pays 509. I think I like that. So now here's a couple things I'm looking at for the game that you guys should keep mental notes of. Samaje Perine, anytime touchdown. You never know. I'm just plus 950. What else we got? Barkley's minus 190. Hey, listen, Kelsey at plus 125. Travis Kelsey is a touchdown machine. Like, I'm not putting anything past Kelsey and Mahomes on this day. I think they got shit up their sleeve. I think Kelsey's going to catch about 11 balls. Let's see what he's. We need to do a show like this where we're doing all the props because there's too many good ones. I just want to see where everybody's listed at. Have a little fun here, but now what about Noah Gray? You have to have recall with a team like the Chiefs that puts it up your keister with these guys disappearing. You got to remember that shit because Andy knows exactly what he's doing. B-Hop, goose egg last week. All right. I have a fucking hard time believing that Hopkins is going to be in the Super Bowl on Sunday and not get a couple looks. I got a hard time believing that. Now, Noah Gray, goose egg last week. However, Noah Gray, valuable football player. Like, is he just going to be gone? Let's see what Noah Gray's odds are high. I found that soft spot in the defense. Samaje Perine's receiving yards, 25 yards for Perine. Mr. I catch balls from Mahomes out of the backfield. Perine, that guy, 25 yards for him is plus 460. So Samaje Perine, alternate receiving yards. Look at that. Now, Noah Gray, just want to look. Noah Gray, alt receiving yards. They're putting Noah Gray like they chopped their fucking legs off last week. Excuse my language. Noah Gray, 25 yards, plus 270. But I don't love that either because Mahomes throws short ones. Let's see receptions. I want to see Noah Gray receptions. Noah Gray, alt receptions, 2 plus 102. You know what? That's tempting. That's Noah Gray for 2. But I don't know. Maybe they're like, all right, listen, Noah, this is the big game. Have a fucking seat. See you next year in camp. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be all Kelsey and Mahomes and stuff. Like, let's see what Kelsey's listed at. Alt receptions for Kelsey. 6 catches minus 144. 7 catches plus 132. So he's listed at 6.5 catches. I'll tell you what. I don't trust any Chief really with receiving yards except for the little Hopkins shot. Smith, alternate receiving yards, 25 yards plus 165. Juju Smith-Schuster. Let's look at everybody's alt yards. Kelsey alt yards to get plus. You got to go to 70 yards. All right. I mean, I think Kelsey's going to have a game. If Kelsey doesn't have a game, then it ain't the Super Bowl. So I try to stay away from the obvious shit, but I mean, I would have a hard time not penciling in Kelsey in the 50 block on the ladder if for your same game parlay. I'd have a hard time not penciling Kelsey in for 50 or 60. Hard time. A.J. Brown, alt receiving yards. He's got to go high. You need 80 yards to get in the pluses. Then again, if they key in on Barkley, you know, I think this is going to be a tough game, man. I can't call. This game's going to go down to the wire too, boys. Hollywood Brown, alt receiving yards. Hollywood Brown gets a lot of respect. You got to get 50 yards for Brown. Here's what I think. Hollywood Brown, 50 plus yards, plus 146, right? Hollywood Brown, 50 yards plus 146. Oh, watch this. Hopkins, 50 yards plus 1,020. Like, really? Really? I'm willing to gamble, since that's what this is. I'm willing to gamble that Hopkins is not dead. I'm talking in sports terms. I don't think he's dead. I think Hopkins is going to show up. I love that Hopkins 25 burger. Give me Hopkins at 25 yards plus 280. What is he, a six-string running back? I know we caught a goose egg last week. That's why there's a soft spot on the Hopkins ladder. 25 yards for DeAndre plus 280. If you sprinkle that on a same-game parlay with other shit you like, you're getting hugely paid. You got to put one of your parlays in with the Hopkins 25 and the Barkley too. Now, how about this? I wonder if you disagree with this. Just what the receivers are listed at, receiving yards. If I just take Hopkins and Barkley for what they're listed at in the game, that comes out to a parlay of plus 250, and I don't even have to get 11 and 12 yards. Watch this. This one is, I'm going to lose all my money on these two jerks. They better do the right thing here. Watch this. Okay, receiving yards. Saquon Barkley is set at 12 and a half. Hopkins is set at 11 and a half. These two fucking guys, Barkley and Hopkins, got a total 23 yards receiving. And that bet is plus 232. Oh, $100 on that wins 232.62. I love that. Barkley 12 and a half, Hopkins 11 and a half. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. All right, I can't beat the Hopkins Barkley horse all night. I just want to go over a few other things, but oh my goodness, boys. Those two jumped out at me. Now, same game parlay. We got alternate spreads. Hurts passing yards are low. We could jump on that too. Jalen Hurts at 225 yards, you get plus 120. I think Jalen Hurts is going to throw for 260, 270 at least. I think Hurts is coming to play. I like Jalen Hurts as far as his ladder. Pencil him in at 200, 225. Mahomes is set higher. Let's see. Worthy. Oh, I checked him already. Devontae Smith's going to have a day, I bet. 50 yards minus 114, 60 yards plus 144. Brown, we got Goddard's got respect. Barkley, they only got one increment, 25 yards. Hopkins, it's ridiculous. If you take DeAndre Hopkins to have 60 yards, it's plus 1,600. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, you just do that by itself. You put $5 on that. The payout is $80. I'm putting $5 on Hopkins for. You never fucking know. Well, that's it. I got to stop with him. I keep saying that. I love that. All right. Oh, here we go. Samaje Perine. I'm going to pepper that. 25 yards receiving for Perine, plus 450. Why do I just see in my mind Samaje Perine catching a swing route out of the left, going up the field for like 17? If I see that one, he only needs 8 more. Right or wrong? Hollywood Brown, not feeling him in general, like as a player or like for his whole career, so I'm not going to start betting Hollywood. Like, I like DeAndre Hopkins, so I can live with that. Hey, what about this? Rushing yards. Who's trickier than Fat Andy? My favorite play caller of all time, even though, you know, they say the offensive. Listen, Fat Andy's in charge of everything. Just when you think Mahomes is going to slice and dice you to death, Fat Andy hands the ball off 11 times in a row. What if Kareem Hunt has 17 carries? Well, for Kareem Hunt to have 60 yards rushing is plus 195. 50 yards plus 115. Shit. I would pencil Kareem in at 40 yards. At the 40-yard on the ladder, it's minus 155, which is very, very friendly. That's very friendly for same-game parlays. Kareem Hunt for 40. Now, Pacheco, I don't know if he's got no role, but when's a better time to let Pacheco go a little bit? Fucking run him, especially if he has a good run or two. Pacheco's rushing yards are actually insulting. 21 and a half. That's low. I think Pacheco's going to go over that 21.5 because if he happens to be in on a series that Andy wants to run and Pacheco gets rolling, he'll gobble that 21 up before you know it. A lot of shit here, boys. Player receiving yards. Kelsey's at 60.5. Brown 70.5. Worthy 55.5. I love where Saquon and Hopkins are. Saquon's at 12.5 yards and Hopkins is at 11.5 yards. Those are the two best on the whole board to me. I'm either going to nail those two in the first quarter or I'm going to go 0 for 2. I don't feel a split coming on that. Like I'm going to nail this Hopkins Barkley theory or we're going to remember this one for a long time. But before you count me out, just remember who's on a 3-year super home run streak in the Super Bowl. Last year, I left the short an hour before the Super Bowl. I called overtime. Bang. Plus whatever thousand. The year before, correct score, 38-35. Bang. Plus 20,000 that one was. And the year before that, I called Cooper Cup, Super Bowl MVP, when everybody said I was crazy. So we're on a 3-year streak. Right now, I'm going on record. My big one, plus 1,000. Barkley 25 receiving, Hopkins 25 receiving. I know, I feel it. We're going Nucci grand slam. Now the line has not moved. It's been 8-9 days now, 10 days. We're 10 days since the conference championships, and Philadelphia has been 1.5 point underdog for 10 days. That line has not moved. I'm surprised. I feel like there's going to be late money on Philly. I think that line will go to 1. I think that line will move a little bit. Touchdown specials. Let's see. I'm going to check the specials real quick. Wow, they got some fun ones. Kareem Hunt, Saquon Barkley, and Travis Kelce to combine for 4 touchdowns plus 700. Wow. Saquon could get 4 by himself. Wow. I think I like that bet right there. What made me look at that one? Kareem Hunt, Saquon Barkley, and Travis Kelce, 4 touchdowns total, plus 700. Remember that one, boys. You know what? I'm going to save a lot of this. I'm going on live from Florida Sunday morning. Going to do a nice Super Bowl live. I'm going to have stuff. Hey, what's up, Cody? Hey, did you see my bet? How long have you been in here? You got to take this one down. Don't fucking sleep on this one, Cody. Nooch, the book. I got one. Oh, you got to copy this down, Cody. $100. Payout is over 1,000. $1,038. I got about 50 fucking guys on it. I'm on a 3-year streak. Over plus 1,000 hits. 3 Super Bowls in a row. I'm going for 4 years in a row. It's so simple. It jumped out at me, and then I got to let you go. I'm gonna get out of here after 30. I got to go. Receiving yards. Who's the best player on the whole fucking field, Cody? Saquon, right? How do you get Saquon the ball in space if they're really keen on the run and they do a better job stopping the run than any other team did? Because it's the Super Bowl, Spagnola. You throw him the fucking ball. Saquon, 25 plus receiving yards, is plus 260. Now, DeAndre Hopkins is the best fucking receiver that didn't catch a ball last week, but Fat Andy Reid is fucking brilliant, and we might all think that DeAndre is out there, but if he catches 1 ball, 2 balls for 25 yards, he's plus 280. Astronomical odds. If you just take those 2 and you put them together, that's it. That's the whole fucking day. Saquon, 25 receiving yards. Hopkins, 25 receiving yards. $100 pays $1,039. There it is, Cody. There it is. I'll see you Sunday morning. I'm going to talk to you and Mel. We got to get these bets in. Don't play around. And if you do Saquon 25, Hopkins 50 yards, $100 pays like $3,600. It goes through the fucking roof. Like, we got to take a shot on maybe Hopkins to come back from the dead because Andy, they spread it out. All he has to do is get the ball twice. It's not crazy that he gets a pass or 2. It is a Super Bowl. So remember Hopkins as a far-fetched guy. But we got a lot of shit going on. We got a lot of good ones. I'm going over it live stream Sunday morning. We're going to go over everything about 10 o'clock in the morning. Make sure you come in. I'll see you later. I'll call you guys tomorrow. Peace.